there, welcome to Hobie on YouTube. Let's take a look at a modern knife. So not a full review because honestly I haven't used this knife yet, but more of an unboxing and first impressions of a Lionsteel knife. Now Lionsteel is an Italian knife maker out of Montiago, Italy. I've had one before, the Lionsteel Thrill, which is a really nice knife. They also have other manufacturers there in Montiago like Fox Knives, MKM, Mazarin, Antonini, Old Bear. So it's kind of Italy's knife making center. And this is specifically the Lionsteel Jack 3. And so I want to kind of unbox it and give you my first impressions. And so let's just start with the packaging. I'm not real impressed. For the price of the knife, this is awfully inexpensive packaging. I'm not really hung up on that. I just chunk all these boxes in the closet in case I ever need them in the future. But you know, this retails for 188 euros on Lionsteel's website, which comes in around $204. So I don't know, I just think for that money they could have done a couple extra things, and one is maybe give you a little better packaging. Oh, here's the label. JK3, I guess that stands for Jack 3 CVG. Canvas, green, perhaps. There it is, green canvas. That refers to the micarta handle scales in a satin blade finish. So the Jack 3, well, let's take a look at what's in the box here real quick. Not much, a little slip. Quality certificate. And how to activate your warranty. Some tips on maintaining your knife. And this is nice. This is a chemical or elemental breakdown on the different steels that they offer. And down here at the bottom you can see M390, which is what this knife has. And they show you how much carbon, chromium, manganese, silicon, molybdenum, and vanadium is in there. A lot of different things in there. So this is Böhler's M390 on both the blade and, as I'll show you, the screwdriver cap lifter, which is kind of unusual. So what you're looking at here is really just a modern take with modern materials and modern construction techniques of a really traditional European picnic knife. Now you can buy this Lionsteel Jack in 3 different variants. You can get the Jack 1, which just has this blade. So you're looking at a 3 7/8 inch long knife in the closed position, 3-inch blade. This again is the Böhler 390, flat grind, satin finish, nicely swedged, pulls on both sides. So that would be the Jack 1. You can also get the Jack 2, which gives you the screwdriver cap lifter. It's also Böhler M390, which was surprising to me. I thought maybe they would use a cheaper steel for this implement. But you know, what I understand about the M390 is that it's pretty hard steel. It's got a Rockwell hardness of 60 to 62 as given by Böhler. So a lot of high wear resistance, good edge retention on the blade. Good corrosion resistance because it's got a lot of chromium in it. As a matter of fact, Böhler calls this M390 microclean steel, which is approved for uses in the food and beverage industry. But it's not the toughest steel in the world. It's got good toughness rating, but it's not the toughest steel in the world. So I'm kind of surprised that they used it for the screwdriver. But just quickly, the screwdriver is quite small, as you can see, which I think is by design. If you had a bigger screwdriver, with a much bigger end, you'd be tempted to use it on bigger screws, maybe torquing this implement too much. When you use a screwdriver on a knife end, you're twisting and torquing against the joint of the knife. It's not the best setup in the world. And there's your cap lifter. It looks awfully small to me. I've not tried to do anything with this knife, let alone lift a cap, but maybe some of you can tell me how that works. I'll be finding out in the future. But anyway, that would be the Jack 2. And then finally, the Jack 3 gives you a corkscrew for wine drinkers. And it's 420C. So they didn't use Böhler M390 on that. I guess probably wouldn't have worked well. But while we're on the subject of the corkscrew, it's sharp as a pin. It's not very big, but I think it would get the job done. It does also do that, which I appreciate, so it keeps you from breaking off your corkscrew when you are opening the wine, and it also allows you to use the knife to cam that cork out. The liners, as well as the bolsters on this knife, are titanium. There you can see they have a nice kind of grayish finish. Goes really well with this micarta. Another ding on the knife, it would be, and it doesn't bother me any, but this was sold as green canvas micarta, and if you look at the stock photos, they don't look at all the same. So not very green at all, more of kind of a grayish brown, but I like them. They're very well done and they're very grippy. Yeah, the fit and finish of this knife is just perfect. Perfect blade centering, perfect transitions, and it's built differently. So a knife like this, all these pieces are built kind of CAD CAM, all built by robots and computers and everything, and then they're assembled. So it's not like a traditional knife where they put everything together and then to get it to fit real nice and be real smooth, they haft it all out on a wheel, grinding wheel, polishing wheel, and then everything comes up flush and nice. They got to get all these parts to fit together very precisely. And so, it's not... Lionsteel will say that they hand assemble these and hand sharpen them. So those are probably your hand processes at Lionsteel, but it is obviously a very modern knife built with modern manufacturing techniques. So 3 different setups on the knife and several different handle choices. So we got the green canvas micarta we were just talking about. You can also get this in carbon fiber, 2 types of wood, Santos wood and olive wood, and black G10. Your black G10s are going to be your most affordable. The woods are really pretty, including particularly the Santos wood. The only reason I didn't get wood is that because it doesn't have a back bolster or end cap. I was afraid if I dropped it and I had wood here, it might chip or splinter or crack. The canvas micarta is going to be a lot tougher in that regard. Just to kind of finish out some of the specs, again, 3 7/8 inches long in the closed position, if I didn't mention that. 3-inch blade. It is about 1/10 of an inch thick. One nice thing about the knife is all the spines of the implements and the back springs are all crowned, so they've rounded a little bit. It's very comfortable in the hand. The knife is about 6/10 of an inch thick. This Jack 3 variant weighs 79 grams, which is just under 2.8 ounces. So I guess that's probably it on the specs. One thing that I think they could have done, as you can see, this is a pocket dropper. There's no clip or anything like that, lanyard hole or anything. So it just falls in the pocket, and I'll probably carry it with a sheath. But again, for the price, I think they could have included a sheath. They do on some of their other knives. I know they're trying to keep the costs down, but they make some pretty nice leather sheaths over there in Italy, and I think they could have included one. That being said, I've got a couple out that I think might work with it, a couple that are kind of easy to get a hold of. This is a collector's knives slip, I think the smaller, and it's snug in there, but it'll fit. A little on the smallish side, but it would protect the knife for the most part from keys and things like that. Here is the smaller size Boker magnetic that I have, and it works perfect. So you slide that in here like that, and then drop this whole thing in your pocket, and that goes over the outside of your pants. I've actually been carrying it like that, and you can actually just pull that out, and usually that stays in your pocket. And then finally, here's just a little cheap slip I got with this a while back with this Rough Rider carnivore jack. But the nice thing about this slip is it's got a pocket clip and works really well with that. Okay, just a few quick final observations about the knife. I love the blade. It is extremely sharp, as you might imagine or would expect, but it is very, very sharp. Most impressive to me, though, is the point. This clip point blade, it's not too upswept, just kind of a flat clip, but it is sharp as a pin. So you could go around and pop little kids' balloons all day with that. The other thing I think is kind of strange, I understand it on the main blade, but they gave the blade a pull on each side. Oops, wrong thing. They gave the blade a pull on each side. And so, yeah, if you just get the Jack 1, you're going to appreciate that. But in the 2 or the 3 variant, you're only going to be able to get to this side anyway. So they're probably only going to make one blade, you know, stamp it the same for all 3 models. But the screwdriver cap lifter has got the pull on both sides too, which I guess that's nice, but it's totally wasted because you could never get to the inside of that. And again, you know, they're not just selling a knife with a screwdriver cap lifter, so you're always going to have the blade on that side. So kind of strange. Yeah, this is a really good execution, I think, of a traditional pattern with modern materials and modern construction techniques. Lionsteel is a great company. I've had really good luck with them. You know, the fit and finish, it's just impeccable. They just really do a good job. So I recommend the knife. I paid $120 shipped. I got mine through Chicago Knife Works. You know, they vary all over the place, but if you look around, you can get one a lot cheaper than their retail suggests. Is this knife worth $120? Well, it is to me in this day and age when so many other knives cost so much. Whether it's worth it to you or not, you would just have to decide. But regardless of the price, it is a very, very nice modern picnic knife. Thanks for watching.